The 2025 applications for the National Student Financial Aid Scheme have officially opened. Minister of Higher Education and Training Nobuhle Nkabane revealed this during a media briefing on Monday that applications would open on the 20th of September. Joining us to discuss this further is NSFAS Administrator Freeman Nomvalo. Good evening, Mr. Nomvalo. Thank you very much for joining us on the program. So you held a briefing earlier this week, but for the benefit of those who might have missed most of that, talk us through the criteria and application process.
Good evening to you and your listeners. The criterion is that we fund students that come from households whose joint income is below 350,000 rands. If they are disabled students, the household income can be up to 600,000. And then for the loan application, it's between 350,000 and 600,000 rands. Mm-hmm. That is the criterion. SASSA beneficiaries, those students are funded automatically. They qualify automatically for the funding.
Mm-hmm. And then to the process itself, can you just take us through the process then for applications?
The application process, you get onto the NSFAS website, www.nsfas.org.za, and you go to My NSFAS and you create a profile there. Once you've created a profile, the system will direct you to filling in the application. You will fill in the application, and then you will then have to upload the documents that are necessary for validating your application.
All right.
Applicants must please remember to ensure that if they are still dependent on their parents, they have the ID of their parents as well, or guardian or legal guardian.
Mm-hmm. Now, Mr. Nomvalo, there were extensive consultations with stakeholders ahead of this official opening of applications. Student bodies raised numerous issues, among them being the need for decentralization or devolving of the administrative functions to institutions, and also the alignment of your application period to higher learning institutions' academic calendar, among others. What were the key outcomes of those engagements?
Well, in as far as the issue of ensuring that NSFAS is accessible to students, the decentralization is about accessibility.
Yes.
And obviously enabling that we respond very quickly to issues as they transfer on the ground. We are in agreement that we do need to be closer to our clients, which is the students. The other suggestions had to do with making the application form a lot more friendlier in relation to address information that must be put on the application form, as well as some of the things relating to additional information required for the disabled students.
All right. So since you agree with your stakeholders that there needs to be a decentralization, what was resolved on that front?
We're in agreement. We're in agreement that we need to be closer to our clients.
So what will happen?
We are looking for offices. So you will have offices in Gauteng, we'll have offices in KZN, we'll have offices in the Eastern Cape. And then in institutions where there has been turmoil regularly, we'll also set up satellite offices there.
All right. And then on the disbursement of funds, what was resolved there? Because there's been a number of glitches, and so far as that is concerned, we've reported on this on numerous occasions.
Well, the disbursement of funds, in as far as the disbursements of the allowances is concerned, you will recall that in May we started using our bank because the direct payment partners were creating a lot of problems for the students, and there was a lot of instability in the sector as a result thereof. So that one, we've decided on that, and one of the service providers took us on an interdict, which they won. Yeah. And that process is still in the courts, and therefore rolling out that process to the rest of the students is on hold for the time being. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the payment of accommodation providers has been beset with a lot of problems, and we have been on a roadshow in the last month, and a number of suggestions have come out of that. Amongst others, one of the problems that have led to some of those payments not being operating smoothly are the onboarding issues at the beginning of the year, as well as the movement of students in between accommodations, which creates problems when the validation for payment happens.
Now, lastly, you conducted a dry run of the online system to incorporate the feedback from your stakeholders. How did that go?
It went very, very well. The system, we believe, is quite user-friendly at the moment. It enables students, if, for instance, a student was applying and believed is applying for a loan, but when he puts in the information, he qualifies for the bursary, the system will redirect the students to the right form and vice versa. So it is quite a user-friendly tool at the moment. Of course, there can always be improvements, but we believe that there is a tool that students can use with ease.
All right, Mr. Nomvalo, thank you very much for your time this evening. That's NSFAS spokesperson Freeman Nomvalo.